welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to film for you guys something a little different. So you'll notice that I'm in my kitchen because I'm working on a fun collaboration with a number of women. This one's put together by Nicole Northgarden, as well as Rachel from Sweet and Simple Home. And then it's myself and Robin Johnson and Jamie from Border Bananas. So we are all going to be doing a vintage recipe collaboration for you guys. So I am not a baker. I'm really good at baking one thing, and that is banana muffins, and that is not what I'm making today. So this is going to be a bit fun. We're going to work together and make something fun. So basically the recipe that I chose was inspired by these Pyrex bowls here. This is a set of 4 Cinderella bowls, Pyrex bowls, that I inherited from my grandma, so my mom's mom. And when I am baking, I use these Pyrex bowls. So the pattern of this is called Horizon Blue, and it came out between 1969 and 1972, I believe. And it was based on, like, to commemorate the moon landing, Apollo 11 moon landing. So it's got a really, really pretty pattern, and I absolutely love it. Before I even started collecting Pyrex, which wasn't even that long ago, I used these bowls in my kitchen, just, you know, practically. I always knew that they were quite pretty, and I love them because they came from my grandma. But, you know, I didn't collect Pyrex at the time. It was just, you know, a purely functional thing for me. So anyway, I'm happy to be using those today with you guys. And then the recipe that I chose, so this was, the pattern came out in 1969. So then the recipe that I chose is from a book, and it is, I have 2 copies here. So one copy is Dave's grandma's and one copy is Dave's mom's, which Dave's mom's copy was gifted from Dave's grandma. So it is the book called A Treasure for My Daughter, and it's actually a Jewish cooking book. So Dave's grandparents were Jewish, and there's a recipe in this book that Dave's actually made a number of times, but I'm going to try my hand at it today. And it is for mandelbrot. So it is like an almond bread, like almost like biscotti. I guess it is kind of like biscotti. Mandel bread, you can call it. Mandelbrot, you can call it. So I'm going to be making mandelbrot today, and I have all the ingredients set out in front of me. You'll notice that I am in a bit of a different sort of outfit, and so this book was from 1969, but I'm dressed more 70s, so this is sort of like a 70s inspired outfit. And I decided to wear my hair parted in the middle, and I thought that would be fun for today. So let me just hop right into the baking. All right, I've got everything set up here, and I actually also wanted to show that I will be wearing this apron that I found at a thrift store. I thought it was kind of 70s inspired with the brown, so I'm going to wear that for the baking today. Oh, my oven is preheated to 400. That is a funny oven. It always sings when it's preheated. So I also wanted to mention quickly that I am wearing something to sort of honor my grandma on my dad's mom. I have 2 rings that I'm wearing today that were hers, that I inherited from her. So anyway, I just wanted to sort of get all the grandmas covered here. Dave also has a grandma, Grandma Audrey, so we will just think of her also while we're making this recipe. So let's just hop right in. So the first thing I did, like I said, was I preheated the oven to 400, and then I will link this recipe down below if you want to check it out. So let's start with 3 eggs beaten. I forgot to grab those from the fridge, so give me a second. All right, I'm gonna add in my eggs. There's 1. 2. Yeah. And 3. No, sorry, Jude. I wasn't calling you, I was saying 2. I'm just gonna rinse my hands. All right, so I gotta beat these up, just using an old-fashioned whisk, which is what I normally use. Those are beaten up. And then it says, add the sugar gradually. So it's 1 cup of sugar, and I will gradually add that in. Okay, so that is added in. And then next, what am I adding in next? So add the other ingredients in order given. So the next order is the oil, 1/2 cup of oil. So I'll add that in there. And then 3 cups of all-purpose flour. So I forgot to mention that Dave actually likes to make this there's like an orange flavor and an almond flavor, but Dave likes to, and there's also a cinnamon flavor, but Dave likes to take out the cinnamon and add cocoa powder. So actually I've added 2.5 cups of flour, and then I will add 1/2 cup of cocoa just to sort of make it even, like a good substitution. So that is what I'm doing now, that I'm gonna add the cocoa in now. So that's 1/2 cup of cocoa. Oh, it smells so good. Now, I'm using a spoon, but I might just take off my rings and go in with my hands because that is what I like to do. So all my rings there. I'm just gonna wash up my hands, and then I'm gonna knead it, or kind of incorporate everything together with my hands. Okay, so it's pretty much incorporated now all together. I am going to now add the almonds, which it calls for slivered almonds, but I didn't have any. During this time I had to work with what I had on hand, so I just had some almonds and like bagged almonds. I chopped them up, and so that's what I'm gonna use there. And then it also calls for a teaspoon of vanilla, so we're gonna put the vanilla in now. Just because it's getting a bit dry, it's a little bit hard to incorporate all together. So 1 teaspoon of vanilla. There we go. And what else? Grated rind of an orange and 2 tablespoons of orange juice. So I have an orange here. It's kind of an old orange, so we'll see what it looks like on the inside. But I will grab my zester. Oh, this smells so good. Orange and chocolate are my favorite combo together. Well, that and peanut butter too. My kids wanted to bake with me today, and usually, you know, I'm all for that, but for the video I didn't want it to get too hectic, so I told them that they could be taste testers. So they're gonna show up at the end of this video, and they're gonna taste this mandelbrot. So I've got a bowl here. Squeeze out some of the juice inside. Hopefully I can get 2 tablespoons. I'm pretty sure I can. So this is 1 tablespoon. 2. There's a little bit left. Maybe I'll just take a sip. Ooh, so good. Just gonna double check I have everything in there. I do. So beating constantly until blended. Okay, blended. Divide into 5 portions. Form into rolls and place on a slightly greased roasting pan or baking sheet. Okay, all right, these are all formed up, so I'm gonna put them in the oven now. So it's at 400, so I'm gonna put it in for 25 minutes. And while that is in, it's a perfect time, I gotta clean all this stuff up. One of the things about these bowls is that they cannot go in the dishwasher. So they are hand wash only, which is just fine. You know, it's no problem there. So I hand wash them, they're all clean. Okay, so they are out of the oven now, and I am going to cut them up, which is the next step, in little slices, and then we have to put them back in the oven. So I'm just going to take this here, and I'm just gonna add a little step, which Dave suggested. And you can tell he's like the cook and the baker in the family, but anyway, I'm going to, while I cut them up, just kind of dip them in a bit of sugar before putting them back on the tray to go back in the oven. So let's just do that now. and I got some sugar on there. Now they're gonna go back in the oven for 10 minutes, but this time at 350. So I've turned it down. It was at 400 and now it's going down to 350. All right, so they are all finished and I think they look delicious. We will have to have a taste test. So these aren't the sweetest little cookies in the world, and so I'm curious to see what my kids will think. So first I'm gonna have Miriam come on over. You want a stool? Okay, you go grab a stool. How does it taste?
Go.
Good? Just good? Do you give it a thumbs up or thumbs down or thumbs in the middle? Thumbs up, yay! All right, now Jude Boy's gonna come over. What do you think? Be honest. Thumbs sideways. So Jude was just eating in the living room for a little bit more and he had something else to say. He said, Mommy, it's not just this, it's what? One thumbs up and one thumb sideways. So not two thumbs up, but better than one thumb sideways. Thank you.
Welcome.
So there you have it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out the other participants in this collaboration down below in my description box. If you aren't subscribed to my channel and you'd like to see more videos from me, please consider subscribing so you don't miss a video in the future, and we will see you guys in the next one. Bye!